Butt, feeling like a weenie, but now it's 5:30. It's time for our martini. Welcome to our show. Welcome to our Kiki, the 5:30 Quarantini. Hello!
Hello, Michael.
Oh my gosh, Dylan, it's been 2 weeks.
That was like a race to the finish for me. I got distracted.
Was it?
I went to go get ice right as the song started, or right as the intro started, and then I was like, I couldn't get ice. It was all stuck together, and then I forgot the vodka, and then you can't forget the vodka.
I got mine, but yes, sometimes it's a race to the finish. It's a short 90 seconds from when we hit Let's Go Live to when we're actually here. So it's a bit of a race.
It's true.
Hey, Dills, how you doing? Happy Thursday.
I'm good. Happy Thursday to you too, Michael. Happy hour.
Happy hour indeed. What a show we're about to have. Our buddy Todd Buonopane is here. He's our guest bartender. What a drink we're about to have. What a game we're about to play. It's going to be a grand old time.
Yes, and it's been 2 weeks since I've last seen you on this television program.
Yes, indeed. Hello. I see some people arriving in the comments as well. So hello. Yes, it's been 2 weeks since 5:30 Quarantini, so we're very excited to get back. Dylan, a lot has happened since last we met. I don't even know what to bring up first. Any ideas?
Let's see. Things happened in a bunch of states.
Things did happen in a bunch of states. You guys, we have a president-elect Joe Biden, and we are so excited about it.
So excited.
Which brings me to my next point, which is that for the past 2 months, we had been accepting tips that we were donating to Broadway for Biden. Starting on this episode, we are still accepting tips. Of course, we are not holding on to that money, but if you feel generous tonight and you've got a few dollars that you want to throw our way, during the course of the show, we'll be accepting tips. We will be splitting those tips between the candidates, the Senate races in Georgia. So feel free to tip us. We will be donating to the 2 candidate races in Georgia, which are looking like they're going to determine an awful lot. So we're just trying to support them as best we can.
And if you're wondering, I wonder what guys or that they're putting their money towards. Just take a look at this beautiful photo of 2 beautiful people who I love so much, who I'm rooting for so hard.
They are. We are rooting real hard for them. So yes, our Venmo handle is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. If you're feeling generous tonight, or if you've got a few dollars that you would have thrown us if this were a live show, or if we were doing a live happy hour, I don't know. Throw us a few dollars. We will be donating them there because we think it's a great cause.
Absolutely.
How about that? All right, Dylan. Well, I'm thirsty, and we've got a lot of videos coming towards the audience today. So what do you say we just get going?
Let's get going.
All right, you guys. Well, our guest bartender today made his Broadway debut in the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, where he was seen as literally everybody, all the roles. He did them all. I mean, talk about a dream show. Like every guy I know has that one spelling bee character that they're dying to play. Todd does them all. So how about that?
He's also starred in Grease, Cinderella, Chicago, Godspell, Shrek, Guys and Dolls at every theater you possibly could imagine. The Music Man, The Music Man, and most recently in the national tour of the hysterically funny The Play That Goes Wrong.
Oh my God, one of my favorites. You've also seen him on your TV in shows like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, 30 Rock, Grey's Anatomy, and so many more. Since COVID forced live theater to a halt, he has been bringing the art of theater directly to you at home through a fantastic online series called Bathtub Theater. You guys, we're going to talk all about it because it is a good time. Let's meet today's guest bartender. It's Todd Buonopane.
My name is Todd Buonopane, and these are my profiles. I'm your landlord, and this piece of paper says you gotta treat me nice. Lady, I'm the one with the rule book who'll say what you can do and can't. Cause you're living on an Elliot Garfield grant, Mr. Nice Guy. You're living on an Elliot Garfield grant. Oh, look, there's Miguel. He's swimming in the Bellagio fountain. The cops appear, we're out of here. Cause I know a guy and he's got a helicopter. Who's in Vegas? Fuck yeah, Vegas. Fuck yeah, Vegas. We'll do Vegas like your mom, yeah, like I do her mom. And I said to myself, sit down, you're on the boat. Said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And the devil will drag you under, with a soul so heavy you'll never float. Sit down, you're rocking the boat.
Yes! Sit down! Todd!
That is weird to watch.
Oh, man.
All I can think is, stand up, Todd. Pull your shoulders back. Why are you singing everything like this? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, let me tell you, I had so much fun making that video, and I loved watching that stand-up comedy routine of yours. So good.
That is a very true story. It's there was this thing in LA called Worst Audition Ever, and I did a bunch of their events for them. And then they did this like event that they had filmed, and it was at the King Room, which is a really fancy place. And they tell the story of this musical, Angels the Musical, that I did, that was written by Australian evangelicals. And we didn't find that out till later. But it was pre-Broadway. Like, we were rehearsing for the out-of-town tryout. But I tell the story of the audition.
Oh, my gosh.
And one of those other shows, Topanga from Boy Meets World was in it. And she said, and we were hanging out after, we're having a drink, and she goes, hey, my friend is here, and he's kind of depressed. Will you pretend to recognize him? And I went, sure, who is it? And she points, and it is fucking Jonathan Taylor Thomas. And I'm like, yeah, I'll recognize him. I got after that kid for years.
Wait, so you hung out with Danielle
JTT
and JT?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh my gosh.
There's only one photo of the evening, and it couldn't be fuzzier, but I still treasure it.
Oh my god, yeah.
I have a few of those where it's like an awful photo of something where I'm like, I don't even care. I need to hold on to this forever.
I'm literally puking, but there's Elaine Stritch, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I have one of me, I think, getting ready to puke, but Sarah Bareilles is in the background. I'm wasted.
Wait, is that the one that you took at Glass House? I know exactly which picture you're talking about.
I actually, weirdly, I have two photos where Sarah Bareilles is in the background, and I'm drunker than I should be. But that's a story for a different day. Todd, you are a multi-talent. We are so excited to have you. We have a lot to catch up on. But before we dive in to an hour of shenanigans with you, I am empty, and Dylan is currently cradling a bottle of vodka. So what is our drink of choice today?
So here's the deal. I am not a classy drinker, and I also don't like to drink my points.
Okay.
So since I have recently lost 20 pounds in quarantine, literally, if you watch my Bathtub Theater, you literally watch me gain 15 and then lose 20. It's fascinating. Anyway, so we are going to make a Tito's and Sprite Zero.
I'm so excited about this.
That's all it is.
And
now,
I have
first,
to tell you,
What-
I
yeah.
couldn't find Sprite Zero, so I'm going to be a normal Sprite
So you're
kid
doing a Sprite normal?
you know what? Sprite normal.
with 230 calories per bottle.
Oh, that's okay. It's a
Girl,
pandemic.
you deserve that sugar. So we're not going to make it in a little glass. At least I won't. I do have ice in my Heroes of the Torah cups that
Yes.
Sarah Salzberg bought me.
Of
Now we're
course.
going to make it in a stolen cup from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh my
Even
god, it's going to
better,
taste
even
even better.
better.
Is my favorite cup, and do you know why? I'm older than you guys, but it's like a Pizza Hut cup.
Yeah.
If that means that there's
OG
like about
OG
two people
Pizza
in the world.
Hut with the
You can't-
tablecloths and the chandeliers and those cups. Yes, I know exactly what you
You
mean.
can't break nothing. All right. So you start
I am
by
also
putting-
drinking out of a stolen cup. This is from a bar called The Snug that no longer exists.
Oh, I remember that place.
But this is also a stolen cup. So
Wasn't it near a gay bar? Everything's near a gay
it was
bar.
everything's
Hell's
near.
Kitchen.
It's
It
New
was
York
the
City.
Hell's Kitchen, so yeah.
Yeah. All right,
okay.
Todd, walk us through this very complicated recipe.
So first, you put in your ice.
Okay,
Great.
done. Got
Getting
it.
some love for the Pizza Hut cups.
Ben Rappaport! Hi, buddy! Then you put in your... I prefer Tito's vodka.
Got it.
Tito's
On it.
vodka is indeed gluten-free if you're avoiding the gluten because
So
it's made
skinny.
from potatoes. And I don't measure it out. I just kind of go like up to the buffalo and
Oh my
stop.
gosh. Danny Quadrino, pour alert. Okay.
That's what we call it when you don't measure your pour.
The mine looks like a lot, but there's you know, and then as much Sprite Zero as you want.
Okay.
And here's the warning of Sprite Zero: they really fizz up on you.
Okay, this is my first Sprite Zero, so that's good to know.
True. Regular Sprite doesn't fizz that much.
Ooh, it is. It's expansive. I think it's what they call it in like the beer world, but I don't drink beer, so I don't know.
No, me
Sprite
neither.
Normal is perfect.
Here it is. Oh my gosh, look at all of the familiar faces. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Joseph. Hello, Lonnie. Hello, Ben. Hello, Nathan. Welcome. A bunch of friends are here. Nathan remembers the Snug.
Lots of thieves on the show today.
How dare you? All right. Well, I think I'm ready.
At least I stole mine from a corporation, not from a little bar that was going.
Hey,
out
they were going out of business. Cheers.
there. Cheers, love.
Cheers.
Oh, yum. I think I like Sprite Zero.
Oh, Sprite Zero is quite excellent. I drink a lot of soda.
Okay.
And I've decided at a certain time of day I have to switch to a non-caffeinated soda. I like a Diet Pepsi. That is my drink of choice.
Mm-hmm.
But then I switch to like a Diet Sprite or Sprite Zero or a Diet Ginger Ale.
Because is Sprite
Good
Zero no
diet.
caffeine?
No caffeine,
Oh.
no sugar, just chemicals that'll kill you. That's all it is.
I love it. But
It's Sprite Zero.
we're going to be very skinny when we die.
I also would like to warn you that I am a 2-beer queer. So this one vodka, especially when I'm keeping my diet, gets me very drunk.
That means we're going to have a really good episode. So
Wonderful.
it's going to be great. Todd, we're so happy to see you. That being said, we have seen quite a bit of you. You're one of the people I've seen the most of during pandemic because you've been cranking out online content like a beast. You are 97 episodes in to Bathtub Theater.
I think it's 96. Let's be honest. I think it's 96.
Okay.
That's fine.
But-
We're at 116 over here, so you're like just right behind us. We got to start doing
Oh.
a week, Michael.
I know.
Well, because so I was on tour with The Play That Goes Wrong, and we shut down like everyone did, and we were in Wilmington, Delaware, home of Joe Biden.
Yes.
And
We like him. I don't know if you knew. We're big Biden fans here.
Wonderful. Also, Wilmington, Delaware is adorable. It's like
never
an
been.
itty bitty Philly where there's lots of colors. It's really pretty. Anyway, we were supposed to open on Thursday. Our show got canceled, and then they didn't want us to leave because our next city was Milwaukee, and we were going to fly there on Monday. And they weren't sure. Like, we didn't know what was going on at that point. We didn't know if we were going to, like, everybody stay home for a weekend. We'll be fine. We didn't know. So then we saw, like, the rest of our tour getting canceled or postponed, as they were calling it. So they said, you know what? Why doesn't everybody take the Amtrak back to New York? And we were all like, no, thank you. So we rented cars, 2x2. just like the Danny Kaye musical. And we, thank you. And I got home on like Saturday by noon because Wilmington, Delaware isn't far. And I sat on the couch and was like, I'm going to get really depressed. And so I texted a few nerdy Broadway friends and I said, if I recorded myself doing Bella's Act 2 monologue from Lost in Yonkers about my babies and put it online, would you want to look at that? And they all said yes. And so I was like, okay, I gotta learn these lines. I started walking around my apartment. And as you know, living in New York City, it's kind of hard to find quiet places in your apartment sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I was looking around and I was like, I looked at my bathroom and I was like, the bathroom is always quiet and there's a curtain. And so I sat in the tub and did Bella's Act 2 monologue, and Bathtub Theater was born. Someone told me later I should have called it Bathtub-piece Theater. That's fun too.
That is funny.
I like Bathtub Theater.
Bathtub Theater's simpler, we want to appeal to everybody. And I
feel like you know what you're gonna get. Like you're like,
Hi,
Bathtub
Andrew.
Theater. I'm sold. I know exactly what I'm gonna get when I sign up for Bathtub Theater.
Absolutely. And they started out monologue-y, and then I would sing a little, but I wouldn't have accompaniment. But I was doing them every night for about 4 or 5 weeks. Like I would take one night off a week. It was crazy. But it was the only thing.
We can relate because that's how this
from getting
show.
super depressed.
This show started as an Instagram live, and we were going every day of the week. We were live 7 days a week, and then we went to 5, and now we're we've moved up in the world, and we're only here once a week. But I get it. When you started, did you were you prepared to commit for 96 episodes, or did it kind of were you one of the people who I think when we started this, we were like, it'll be 3 weeks, it's gonna be great. Did you know you'd be doing approaching 100 episodes of Bathtub Theater?
No, I mean people just kept saying. Like I didn't plan on creating a whole thing. It just kind of took off. I mean, I didn't even know how to share it on Instagram. I didn't know you could share like a longer thing in your grid.
Yeah.
So I was like splitting them up by 15 seconds in my story, and it was like driving me. I mean, it took so long to load those things up until someone was like, "Hey, old person, would you like me to tell you how Instagram works?" I mean. So they're all on Facebook and Instagram, and then they're like cataloged on YouTube. But no, they got more musical. Some of them got more technical.
I was going to say, if you go and you scroll up your feed, it starts as like bathtub, 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 and then as you scroll up, they get more colorful, and then set pieces come in. There's like paper wigs, like things just start.
Just recently a puppet. It was
the thing I'm proudest of is my Rose's Turn, where I had literally just had a trash bag hung up behind me that if I pulled a string, it would come down and the word Rose appeared behind me on the back wall. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know how to make anything. Like, I don't have any visual skill. And somehow I've been like drawing beautiful things. And
yeah.
I mean, what else do we have to do, right?
Right. That Kristen Chenoweth wig, bow, neck piece combo is it should be in the Smithsonian when we come out of COVID. That is an art piece to be saved forever.
Do you know what? I've been trying to keep some of the stuff. So like I made this beautiful New York City skyline when I did the finale from Seesaw, and it's still like hanging up in my bathroom and slowly drooping. And then I like made the company letters when I did
that was great.
But like I'm making them out of like cheap construction paper, so like they're not made to last, if you will.
Yeah, I loved your coat hanger project.
My coat hanger project.
Your coat hanger project was great. Just like a little bit of hair show, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
The key is I don't make fun of anything.
Right.
It's already a 40-something-year-old man, chubby man in his tub, mostly singing lady songs. So I like take them seriously. I did like the graveyard monologue from Steel Magnolias, and one of my friend called me and she was like, how am I crying and laughing at the same time? Because it's preposterous you're doing it, but like you gotta commit. Musical theater is my favorite thing in the world, and I'm not out to make fun of it. I casually wear a Mac and Mabel t-shirt.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Love it. Well, we are very grateful for Bathtub Theater. It has brought a lot of smiles, a lot of giggles. Let's take a quick, for anybody who doesn't know what bathtub theater is, I promise I'm going somewhere with this, but let's take a quick look at bathtub theater.
A customer! Wait, what's your rush? What's your hurry? You gave me such a fright. I thought you was a ghost. Half a minute. Can't you sit? Sit you down. Sit! All I meant is that I haven't seen a customer for weeks. Did you come here for a pie, sir? I'm not good. I'm not nice. I'm just right. I'm the witch. You're the world. Why are you telling me my new philosophy? That teacher gave a D on last week's homework. We'll have early morning madness. We'll have magic in the making. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. We taught the world new ways to dream. Thank you.
I mean, masterful indeed.
Okay, take note. So that Norma Desmond, I look like a miner, but I was like trying to make a turban with the jewel.
Yeah, I knew what you were going for.
Is the jewel. The top of the Tito's is the jewel.
Listen, it's a pandemic, and you're making it work.
I mean, that's when we weren't leaving the house for anything, and I was like, I got bandages, I got this. What can I do?
Yeah.
Well, we're pretty jazzed about bathtub theater, and it also is the perfect segue into today's game of the day. Today's game of the day is inspired by Todd Buonopane's hit theatrical series, Bathtub Theater. According to Todd, every theater dork knows that when it comes to belting, Ripley Greer ain't bad, Pearl's pretty cool, but nothing compares to the acoustics of his bathroom. So, since March 14th, Todd has taken to his bathroom 96 times to perform songs and sides. For this game, I'm going to play you songs from Broadway musicals, all of which are sung, or at least partially sung, in a bathroom. You just tell me what song it is, and you get the point. Easy enough, right?
I do this?
Yeah, I'm going to play you songs. And of course, there is a little catch, and the catch is I'm going to be playing the songs backwards.
Oh, of course you are. Okay.
What?
So listen.
How do you even know how to do that?
It's a very fancy program, and we've had 116 shows.
We've had 116 shows to practice. So these are going to be backwards clips of Broadway songs. And the big clue here is that every song is sung in a bathroom. There's not that many. I have faith in you.
I know. I can think of one right now.
Well, I think we're probably going to start with the ones that you're already thinking of.
Okay.
So let's start here. Oh, and I should mention, since Robbie Roselle is just posting bathrooms, and Ben Rappaport posed an important question that we're going to get back to in just a minute. He wants to know your favorite wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, which we will get to. But here is the way it's going to work. Since I made today's game, Dylan has not seen the game, so he is on your team. So is the entire audience. So the audience is about 15 seconds behind us. And so in order to let them play, I'm going to ask that we let the full question play, because the questions are like 20 seconds long. So by the time it's done playing, the audience will have caught up so they can help you out.
And what I always say is they are 15 seconds-ish behind. So just like, if you don't know, just like look pensive and be like, I wonder what that Bernadette Peters sounding like song. What did you sing in the
So this is like, we all work together to win.
Yes.
It's kind of like
You all work together except for me.
It's like when I had exams in my technical theater class and the teacher would leave when he gave it, and we'd all be like, what'd you get for 5? Like that.
Yes, we're crowdsourcing here. We're all in this together.
Wonderful.
And here comes your first question. This is a song sung in a bathroom. We're going to start here. I have full faith.
But I'm worth $5 looking. I'm worth $5 looking. Such me on if I heard that one truth, and yeah, I'm fucked off one worth. So I know, and yeah, fluffing if you're wet.
How dare you make me get drunk and then play this devil music for me?
First of all, I think that one actually sounds pretty cool backwards.
You know what that sounds like? Okay, I was such a weirdo in high school, and I used to listen to Rent and Dutch because they were so good. That's
great. I'm into that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the comments, Todd. Do you see the comments?
I see them. I feel like
I think it's that.
Oh,
Joy has a suggestion. Do you want to hear a little bit more of that one more time?
Sure.
Here it comes.
It sounds like George Salazar.
Yeah, now it sounds like George.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything felt fine when I was half of a pear.
It sure is. George Salazar singing Michael in the Bathroom from Be More Chill. Todd, that's 1 point for you. Way to go.
I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing.
You're well on your way. You're well on your way to winning. You're well on your way to winning this game. That's number one. Here comes number two. Because here it comes. Here we go.
Because here it comes.
Did the end?
This is why I can't watch Drag Race Holland. I'm like, am I supposed to understand what they're saying?
Wait, no, I think I got this one.
Really?
Todd, there is a role in this show written just for you.
Sure, Todd, you've done
I bet you've played it before. This is also the
somebody
first.
tell me what the hell it is.
I think is it what's that song? From Oh, I Believe in You.
You have the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth.
What's
Please tell me you
crazy?
finished.
I was like expecting this to be one of the songs, and I'm like, well, this sounds like a pop song. So they don't.
No,
don't
that would
sound
be
like anything.
That's have you done Bud Frump yet, Todd?
I have not done Bud Frump. I would love to do Bud Frump. I don't often get to play mean people.
Okay.
Because I do have this angelic face.
Yeah,
I
you
have the
could be an
face that
angelic
everyone asks for directions on the subway. But like I'm pretty good at whiny, so I think I would love to do Bud Frump.
Well, if you're out there and you're casting How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, Todd his handle
Are we
is
still
scrolling
doing
across.
that show? Are we still doing that show?
I don't know. Are we? If we are, you should play Bud Frump. That's all I'm saying.
Paris original.
I'm wearing. Listen, the three of us will do it.
Yeah.
We're all gonna get in our
But
bathtub
the
at
Matthew-
6:30.
The Matthew Broderick revival.
Yes, for sure.
That
right.
production was so good. That album.
Oh my God.
You disagree?
Megan
I'm obsessed. And what's his name? Harry Potter blew me away.
Different revival.
Too much.
No,
Too
the
much
next one.
dancing. Too much
Yeah,
dancing.
the dancing
in
was
that
a lot.
revival.
All right, here we go.
And all
if
the
you're
chorus
just-
boys were 22-year-old hotties.
Yeah. I mean,
It
I
should be
didn't
awkward
hate it.
old men.
I didn't hate it.
Wow.
But yes,
You're a
it should be
slut,
awkward
so-
old men. Well, listen here. All right, if you're just tuning in, we are playing bathroom trivia with Todd Buonopane. These are songs, Broadway songs performed in bathrooms, and I'm playing them backwards, and it's a bit of a mind, So here comes your next one. And also, if you get really stuck, I can also give you some hints. But I'm
Okay,
not going to give you a
all right.
hint yet. This may, I'm just going to play number 3. Here it comes. Okay, this game's harder than I thought it was going to be. So let me set the stage for you. I'm going to set the stage here. He sits in a bathtub. He sits in a bathtub with a ukulele, and he closes on Broadway like a week and a half later. It doesn't run very long.
In my life.
And the person not singing, there's two people in the bathtub.
Okay.
The person who's singing, and the other person is Laura Osnes.
All right, so let's
Bonnie
see.
and Clyde.
Yes!
It
It sure is.
From the minute I wake up
Jeremy Jordan sounds
in
weird
that
backwards.
feeling.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Todd, you did it! You got one!
Everything sounds like devil music backwards, right? Everything sounds like devil music.
But look, Joy even said it sounds like Jeremy Jordan. Yes, it is Jeremy Jordan.
It sure is.
Bonnie,
It's
he
Bonnie
got
and
it,
Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde, but before we got it.
Nailed it. All right, you're 3 for 3, Todd. Let's go to
Okay.
the next one. This
How
one
many are
also, like a million. We're gonna find out. No, I'm kidding. There's,
keep
I think there's
drinking.
7. Yeah, just keep drinking. It's gonna go well. Here comes the next
Okay.
one. This one again, sung in a bathroom, sung by 2 men seeing each other. Okay, so I have to admit, I thought this game was gonna be easier than it's turning out to be.
You have found my kryptonite. Like, I'm a huge musical theater nerd, and I'm like, I have
But
no
only-
power
but only-
You know
anymore.
what, Todd? Let's do it backwards now.
You're a huge musical theater nerd, but only forwards, just not backwards.
Give us a hint, Michael. Give
This
us
one
a
is
hint.
sang by 2 men seeing each other for the first time, and I think that Todd has worked with both of these men, and I think that one of these men, if I'm remembering correctly, is even in the intro video that we played of Todd today. I'm gonna play it one more time because I see a request in the comments. Here is the question.
Is it Glory Days?
It is not Glory Days. Here it is one more time. Okay, this game is impossible. It's very hard. I know the answers, and it's very hard. This musical is directed and choreographed by a Broadway favorite, Jerry Mitchell. It is starring a Broadway favorite.
Say Broadway favorite one more time.
Is it Kinky Boots?
It is.
I'm not my father's son.
Okay, neither of them are in my video.
Wasn't Stark Sands in the video?
No, that's Stephen Booth.
I wasn't watching very closely. Sure, it's going well, you guys.
Wait, hold on.
I'll-
Stephen Booth did do the national tour, so you're not wrong.
That's what I'm thinking of. And he had a great
He did the national tour with
Soul of a Man.
Lindsay Nicole Chambers.
Great.
And
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give you the point. I also haven't used any of my incorrect answer buttons yet, but
I just want to text you about that. But
I have incorrect button answers, so if we get it wrong, don't you worry. I'm ready to go. Okay, here comes your next one. This one is sung in a bathroom. One person,
point of the game.
and she's on the floor. Yeah, that voice sounds pretty much the same forwards and backwards.
So it's Alice Next to Normal. What's the song? Is it Miss the Mountains?
It's I Miss the Mountains. Hey-o. All right.
Nothing's real, and I miss the mountains.
Yes, that would be I Miss the Mountains.
Have you ever gone to... Okay, if you go to the Lincoln Center once we go back to normal someday and watch the in the archives film section and watch Sideshow, the original Sideshow, they filmed the final performance of Sideshow, and Alice cries from minute 1 through the end of the show. She cries the whole performance.
Oh my gosh.
I'm obsessed with her.
Yes.
Like,
Alice, if you are watching, because we're friends on Facebook, please DM me. We would love to have you on the show.
oh my God, we're currently booking talent. Alice Ripley, if you're out there, drop us a line. We're ready to hang out with you. I'm fully obsessed with her. She's a genius.
900%.
I'm obsessed with her. And what an iconic voice. That sounds like Alice, both forwards and backwards. So there you go.
There's that you played a clip of me singing "The Goodbye Girl," Elliot Garfield Grant, but I was doing a show at 54 Below with Robbie Rozelle, and it was like me and Nikki James and
Tony Award winner Nikki M. James.
Yeah, and Kate
Baldwin,
Irene
Rockwell
Baldwin. Thank you.
Yep.
Kate Baldwin.
And I said
to them, I said, you know, like I'm fans of both of them and I'm friends with both of them, but I'm like, why I love you guys is I could be in the next room and someone could open the door and I could hear one note and know it was you singing.
Yes.
I like people that have singular voices that only sound like themselves. And sometimes I feel like we kind of train our individuality out of ourselves so we all kind of sound the same. But like, I love a sense of risk and I love a voice that only sounds like itself.
Yeah.
Thank you. That is.
That.
Thank you.
Honestly,
and we both
TED
were in the
Talk.
audience that night. Michael and I were both in the audience that night of that Robbie Rozelle.
Of that Robbie Rozelle show.
And that is the reason why this is the vodka talking. This is was the total.
I just made another one, so let's
the
go.
only reason why Nikki M. James told everyone in the audience to follow the state of New Jersey on Twitter that night.
Yes.
And
I don't remember that.
She did. It was. This is even like this story is dumb.
I love it.
She told everyone in the audience to follow, and I was like, okay, like 254 Below Manhattan's in, and I like just follow the state of New Jersey. They were so funny during the pandemic and continue to be like one of the greatest joys. That thank God in February, Nikki M. James told me.
Yeah. That was also the night that Kate Baldwin sang Back to Before, didn't she?
She did.
And I
think so,
sobbed. Yeah. It was the first time I had heard it since Marin's passing. And I was like, it felt right. I was like, if I'm going to hear this song again and I'm going to hear it live, Kate Baldwin is the woman to perform it.
Irene Malloy.
And I bawled my eyes out. I was a mess. But it felt like
you're
so
a good
real. person.
You heard that story, and that's what that made you think of. I heard that story, and all I could think was, Dylan, you had service in 54 Below.
Well, as you may or may not know, I do work there. So.
Gotta get that good private Wi-Fi.
I got that private Wi-Fi life.
All right. Well, if you're just tuning in, we're about halfway through a game of Name That Song from a Bathroom. It's called Bathroom Trivia, I think is what we're calling it.
Yes.
Sure. And
the
here
one
comes...
bathroom song that I could think of has not been done yet. So
me too.
Well,
The first one I thought of hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
There's 3 more, so we'll see if I got it. I really tried to think of all the bathroom songs. Here comes the next one. This is from a musical.
I hope so.
It sure is. This is from a musical that I've already mentioned the name of someone very involved in this musical on this broadcast in the past 39 minutes and 26 seconds. Here we go.
Okay, so one of them kind of sounds like Kristen Chenoweth, but like I don't know if she's done. Oh, did she in the revival of Promise?
It's not Kristen Chenoweth.
Okay, so the only other thing I can think of is, and this may be a later one, and we may be blowing it for a later one. In that kind of voice would be Full Monty,
Nope.
Woman's World.
Nope, but that's
That
a good
better
one
be-
too.
You didn't put it in there, did you?
I didn't think of that one.
They write their
Spoiler alert.
names in the lipstick, so good.
Yes.
Or Woman's World, whatever they're writing.
This one is this is one of the musicals written by. This is one of the pop star musicals. It's one of the musicals, and you mentioned that you love iconic voices. I would venture to say the lead of this musical, the originating lead of this musical, is an iconic voice, but is also iconic for her ability to be a vocal chameleon and take on the voices of other inspirations in her characters. I'm going to play it one more time.
Thank you.
Listen to the music. Listen to the piano.
It sounded like
Can I get anyone another drink? Is anyone thirsty?
Christina Bianco? I don't.
No.
it sounded like Kayla Settle,
Did it? It did sound like that, didn't it?
but she's not.
Oh. But could it
Am
be
I-
Hands on a
am
Hard
I-
Body? Aren't they all? They're never in a bathroom in Hands on the Heart. Oh, they're a waitress. It's that opening up line.
It's the pregnancy test. It's called Negative.
Here we go, sis, and we'll keep our focus on the negative.
Nailed it.
Another
It was
person,
Waitress.
Kayla Settle, if you're watching, dude.
Oh yes, please. She just did.
I love her. I
love her too. She just did the McDowell brothers, the McDowell twins, who we also love, who've been on the show before. She just did their podcast. Plug the drama podcast. Go listen to their
Wonderful.
episode.
Kayal and I were in a cheddar biscuit club together. Because if you've ever had the Amy's bread cheddar biscuit,
No.
it is extraordinary, and it's usually sold out by like 3 p.m. So there are a few of us that would meet at not Glass House. What's the one that sounds like Glass House, but it's on 46?
Hourglass,
Which isn't there
closing.
anymore. Yeah, we would go up to Betty Bar and we would order drinks, and someone would bring a dozen biscuits, and we
my
would
God, I'm
have cheddar
obsessed.
biscuit night.
I'm obsessed with this.
I'm so mad that I didn't know about that.
I know. Thanks for the invite, Todd.
Sorry.
And of course, I was referring to Jessie Mueller, who,
Right.
while being one of the most identifiable voices, I would say, also has this unbelievable ability to be Carole King or Sarah Bareilles or whatever her name was in Edwin Drood. She's a chameleon of sorts.
Edwin
but-
Drew.
Helena. She was
Helena.
Helena.
Yeah.
We shouldn't talk about it because technically Helena should be a person of color, right?
Right. It was a different time, but we're moving right along. We have 2 left. And here we go.
And
So far,
none of them are a woman's world from Full Monty.
so far, I'm going to say you're playing a perfect game. So here comes the second to last question. This is a song sung in a bathroom. We're going to air it backwards, though.
Okay. That's the one that I was thinking of. This is the one that I was thinking of.
I'm going to play it one more time because
What
you
is
just
it?
listen for when they go up for like a quick note. Here we go.
Yeah.
That was it.
Amy Spanger.
Amy Spanger, another iconic voice. You guys, these voices.
Is it Wedding Singer?
It is Wedding
It
Singer.
is.
So he's gonna pop the question. He's gonna pop the question. So there's
You guys.
no reason to stop and question is the
Yes.
That score is really good.
Matt Sklar, man. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
You should go look up my right in front of his eyes that I did in the tub because I had to do great 80s makeup for it.
There
Oh
was
my
a
God.
peek of it in the video that I put together in the beginning. Just because that makeup,
Makeup.
that was 80s-tastic.
Beat for the gods, Henny. Yes, that score is prime. That is such a
Great.
good cast album.
And one of my favorite bathroom.
Bathroom.
These are delicious. Bathroom.
This Sprite Zero really gets you.
No, what was I saying? Oh, that moment when they pop out of the toilets. You like, think that they're alone in the bathroom, and then it just like he's gonna pop, and then they pop out of the toilet.
Yeah. It
I
laid the
remember that
groundwork.
well.
Laid the groundwork for Beetlejuice, where everyone was popping out of everything in the house.
Yeah,
Totally.
Beetlejuice ran because Wedding Singer walked.
absolutely.
Can I tell you a quick Beetlejuice story?
Please.
Because I'm drunk and saying
Yes.
So I'm a Tony voter.
Work.
What?
But,
I didn't know that.
So I brought Julia Murney as my date to see Beetlejuice.
Another one
And
of her favorites.
Right next to us was John Kander. You may have heard of Kander and Ebb. And I had never
familiar.
met John, but Julia had worked with John a lot, and I had been in Chicago, so we talked a bit. And at intermission, he turned to us and he said, "You know, I think I'd really like this if I like this sort of thing."
Oh,
And I was like, that is somehow incredibly generous and terribly cutting all at the same
Yeah.
time. And I
Yeah.
really love it.
yeah. I loved Beetlejuice. I was
Oh,
shocked.
I thought it was so fun.
I went into it being like, listen, my general kind of rule is like go into things attempting to support them because we need to support each other in this
Yes.
industry. It's like the most important thing to
Yes.
do. So I try to go into everything wanting to support, and I went into it being like, I'm going to support this. I'm a little confused about the whole Beetlejuice thing. Like, did Beetlejuice have to be a musical? But let's see. I knew some people in it, and I knew that they were fierce talented, and I was like, they're surely going to be great. And I was 100% obsessed with it. By the first 10 minutes in, I was like, I'm sold. This is incredible.
Yes.
I'm having the time of my life. The cast was like out of this world good. Alex Brightman, you guys,
Yeah.
just nuts.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Absolutely.
It was real. I had such a good time. And I'm sorry, like, especially as a Tony voter, but you should walk into every theater with the intention of having a good time.
Yes, that's why theater exists.
When I first got to New York, one of my best friends from college, Daniel Reichard, original Jersey boy, Daniel Reichard, we got rush tickets to Thou Shalt Not. If you recall that Harry Connick musical.
I shall not, but I want to hear the story anyway.
It was a score by Harry Connick, and it was I can't believe you don't know. I mean, it is. There was Deborah Monk had a stroke in the show, and then she like goes to reveal who the killer is by putting the Scrabble tiles in a certain way to spell out who the killer is. And I'm like, this is real theatrical. Anyway, we had gotten rush tickets, and we sat like you're on the side of the stage, and the people next to us going, "Wait, how many times have you seen this?" And I said, "Well, we're seeing it for the first time now." And they're like, "Oh, we come once a week because it's hilarious and we love to hate it." And Dan and I turned to each other and we said, let's like this show.
Yeah.
Because someone's always trying to make something good. And
Right.
someone on most of the people on the stage are always going to be like giving it.
Right.
So you can always find things to admire.
Yeah.
And like, if you think you can't like a show, you should leave.
Right. And well, I just don't understand the mindset of
like
being
hate.
like, hey, I'm going to go into this building and hundreds of people are going to try to help me have a good time. And I'm going to sit in my seat and just like commit to hating my life. Like how can you not find like if you're going to a show, like hundreds of people are there for the sole purpose of helping you escape a little bit or laugh or smile or have a fun time. And it's like, if you can't find a way to open yourself up a little bit to just like be like, hey, this is my life for the next 2 hours and like I'm gonna take what I can from this, then like that's kind of sad. Like either leave and go get dinner or like find something else.
Yeah.
But like Broadway's magical. I just love Broadway. Also,
Right.
Dylan, that document you have of guests that have successfully gotten us wasted, make sure you put Todd on it, because
You guys, I'm so drunk.
we usually don't actually get drunk on the show, but this drink is hitting like a champ. It's going well. Okay,
I think also the backwards music. Okay, sorry.
The backwards music probably also might have something to do with it.
Yeah. Okay, we got to wrap up this game. This is our last question of the game. And it's hard, but it's a show currently running. And here's the clue I'll give you. The vocalist is a Tony nominee.
Okay.
Which is amazing. And the song only begins in the bathroom.
And we say Todd currently running, meaning that when this is all over, it'll be back.
Correct. It was running, and it will run. It will run again because this will pass.
All Broadway shows are always running in my heart, though. So.
Yes. All right. Here we go. This I'm only playing you the part of the song that happens in the bathroom. After this part, the walls fly out and the things travel off, and then it goes elsewhere. But
Get out.
This
and
is
stay out.
this is the part that's in the bathroom.
All right. Should we start at the top of Broadway or the bottom of Broadway? Start like around the Niederlander or like the Vivian Beaumont?
Ooh, that got my heart, Dylan. I like that.
What shows were running on Broadway when this started?
I don't know. There's a lot of vibrato going on there, so it makes me think it might have to be some kind of revival or something that's been around for a while. So it's like none of these three new musicals that are nominated this season, because no one's singing like that in Jagged Little Pill or Tina or Moulin Rouge.
Let me specify. The Tony nominee, it was for a Tony's that has already happened.
Okay. And that person was not nominated for the show that we're hearing them on?
No, this person singing was nominated, did not win, but was a Tony nominee. You are also correct to clock the vibrato, but it is not a revival. It is a brand new show.
Okay.
But it is I think the reason you're clocking the vibrato is because even though it's a super contemporary show, it is an old school type of number with a lot of, with some tap dancing. Ooh,
so I guess that makes me think Mormon.
This person was in Mormon before he was stolen away to do this next show that I'm playing you.
Okay, so post-Mormon.
Uh-huh.
Nominated for Tony, currently running on Broadway.
Yes.
No tap dancing
could it,
in this town.
So then that leads me, but like, there's tap dancing in this number that we were just hearing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. He's a tapper.
Oh.
He's a tapper from Mormon, and now this, and now a Tony nominee from this.
So he must have been a replacement in Mormon, because all the leads got nominated, unless he was... Okay.
He was a replacement in Mormon.
Okay.
And the line that precedes the song, one of the lines that precedes the song, is, Danny DeVito, I love your work.
Oh. Mean Girls.
This would be Gray Henson.
Where do you belong?
In Mean Girls.
He's so good.
He's
so good.
He's freaking
And he's
good.
such a love, too.
Oh my God, Todd, you, Dylan, and I should start a podcast called People We Love, where we just talk about people we love. Because I feel like that's most of what... Yes, he's so good. I feel like that's the majority of what we've done tonight is just like compliment people, which is honestly very refreshing because I don't think we compliment each other enough in this business. But yeah, he's so good. And that's the beginning of Where Do You Belong, which starts in a bathroom, but isn't really a bathroom song, but starts in a bathroom. So let me just check my scorecard
Is that
here.
all?
That's all of them. Let me tabulate the results of this very, very successful game that everyone did very well in. I'm going to call that a perfect game for Todd Buonopane. Woo!
Which,
Oh,
if
man.
everybody normally watches the show knows that we have two very distinct no buttons. And we didn't use the new no buttons today.
I made more no buttons. Do you want to hear them?
No, we should.
Yes.
Well, okay, save. Yeah.
No,
Okay,
no,
so
wait,
Todd-
you should wait.
Play them. Play them.
Well, no, we can play them. I'm going to, Todd, say something false.
Okay. King Kong should have won Best Musical.
No, 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 no.
Dylan?
That's great.
Dylan, say something false.
In My Life is my favorite musical.
Definitely not.
Okay. Do you know that I was in My Life?
No, you weren't.
No.
So
I saw In My
was
Life twice.
Hold on. I was in the final workshop of it, and I played God.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
I hadn't been on Broadway yet, and during the workshop, and it was like an outright workshop, which they don't do anymore. We were at New 42, and it was a disaster. Like the whole thing was a disaster. But there was a day we randomly had to be at Ripley Greer, and that was the same day that I had my final callback for Spelling Bee, and I was the only person being hired when Spelling Bee
Spoiler
moved
alert,
to Broadway.
you win.
And like I had like this stage manager had to like cover for me because the director was not letting people out to audition for anything because he knew the show was moving to Broadway and didn't want us busy. And she literally just kept skipping my scenes, and he didn't notice.
Work.
Yeah.
Do you remember the stage
That's a lot
manager's
about the
name?
I don't. I could look it up, and
What
I
was
have
a
all
good
my
stage
cast
manager?
lists in a folder.
All this
Wonderful
to say,
stage
if you're
manager.
the stage manager of In My Life and you helped Todd book Broadway, thank you. That's all I got.
But then I kind of had a choice to make, like having like suddenly like never being on Broadway, and then suddenly you're like, do I have to choose between two Broadway shows? And I was like, this I'm one of the stars of. This I'm an understudy of, but it'll run.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
as Danny
I
and
loved
Baby
In
said
My
to
Life.
us, I know I chose right. So you saw In My Life.
I saw In My Life, yes. It was one of those times, I hope my parents are still watching, that I lied to them, and I lived on Long Island my whole life in Babylon, and I used to lie all the time, and we used to sneak into the city and go see Broadway shows, and that was one of the shows that we snuck in, because I got like a little CD of like 4 songs from In My Life, and I was like, this is gonna be great!
My sneaking in shows were Altar Boys and Spelling Bee. I snuck in and I saw Altar Boys probably 900 times, and like it was not good. I saw it so many times. And one of those blurry pictures that we were talking about at the top of this episode is I'm standing out front with Danny Calvert, who now is somebody I know because we're both adults. But at the time, I was like a tiny nerd, and he was in Altar Boys, and I was obsessed. That and Spelling Bee. I'm sure, Todd, I saw you in Spelling Bee. I saw it so many times. I was on like back when we used to get text messages being like, hey, Spelling Bee fans, like, want a really cheap ticket if you can come like tonight? And I would come all the time.
That happened?
Yeah, this was like there was no like the internet was rather new, and they would just like text their fan bases. But I came in all the time, and I saw like I came to the adults only performances. I remember that whole thing going on.
Those were terrifying because as someone that was an understudy most of the time, they wouldn't bring us to those rehearsals because they didn't want to pay us.
Right.
But there was always a chance that we would be put on.
Right.
And like I had to go to a press event one day for like the flower show outside Macy's because Josh Gad got sick, and suddenly I'm outside on this giant float outside Macy's, and I have no rehearsal, and they call me to a mic, and they're like, spell rhododendron, and I'm like, that's not a word in the show. So I'm like, ROHD. I'm like, I completely spelled it wrong because I'm like, I didn't see a fucking script before this. I got there just in time.
Oh my
So
god.
we were always so scared that we would get put on for those.
That is
But I
so
played
funny.
4 parts in Spelling Bee, and at a press event, I also played Rona Lisa Peretti. Because there were only 2 of us there, and someone needed to sing her part in My Friend the Dictionary,
Wait.
so she could sing the
Okay,
song.
I'm calling it right now.
Hold on.
Bathtub Theater number 97. I am officially going on the record that I would like to see your Rona Lisa Peretti. Please and
Her
thank
songs
you.
are all like 60 seconds long.
Yeah, it's
Do
gonna be
all
great.
of them. Do all of them.
I can't wait.
Oh my
Do you know,
god.
like someone,
Insane, Todd. That
you
is
know-
absolutely insane.
you know what's weird? You're like, I don't think I have the ability to play all these parts. And then you just kind of do. Like, they would come up to me. One day they came up to me and they're like, how long does it take you to become Coney Bear? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, because you have about 8 minutes. And I was like, okay, and like,
Yeah.
that stuff, it's so happy that my Broadway career started that way. 1, because like it made me really brave, and 2, it made me be really good to understudies, because
Yeah.
it's so easy to treat understudies like crap, and they are working so hard, and their hearts are always hurt. So if you're at an opening night and the understudies are nearby, pull them into the pictures with you, because nobody wants a picture of them and they feel invisible. So pull them into pictures with you. That's my advice.
Oh my god, understudies are literally understudies and swings, the heroes of this entire
Yeah.
industry.
Absolutely.
And that one stage manager from The Life who
Just that one, though. Just that one.
just that one.
In my
Oh my
life.
god. Well, you guys, we are. I could sit here all night, but happy hour is over. Drinks are full price again. It is 6:32. So, Todd, we love you so much.
Thanks
this
for
is-
having me, guys.
This is the most I've smiled all week. So
Todd,
thank you.
Oh, Michael's getting a
Getting
phone.
phone
The
calls.
results are in.
The results are in.
Is that Arizona? Is that Arizona? Answer if it's Arizona.
We can only hope. Todd, we love you so much. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for introducing me to Sprite Zero, which I'm polishing off the second cocktail of the evening. And we love you so much. Thank you. I know
Love
that
you
time
guys.
is very strange right now, so it really means a lot to us that you came to spend a
Yes.
little bit of yours with us this evening.
Yes.
We almost forgot, we're in overtime, so if you're a fan of the show, apologies that we're running over. Not apologies, you're welcome.
Yeah,
but
you're-
I almost let Todd go without the 2 big questions of the day.
Oh my god, we take 1 week off, Michael, and we're like,
Well, we were just having too much fun. Todd, there are 2 very important, hard-hitting journalistic questions that we
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
have to pose to you before we can end this episode. There are questions that we've been asking for 116 episodes. You shall be the next person to cross this bridge. And here comes question number 1. We're in a pandemic. We're living through it. We're making it work. We're doing our best. What is something that has brought you joy during this very strange and weird time of COVID-19 lockdown pandemic?
My boyfriend.
oh,
I found love in the time of cholera, you guys. I have been dating someone, and COVID brought us closer together, and
Oh my
we're using
gosh.
the L word, and that's not lesbian, it's love.
oh,
And yeah,
Love.
he's great, and he's not in the business. So he has a job.
Oh my God, that's so great.
oh my god.
And you're dating in Corona times, which I feel like is such a good litmus test for getting to know somebody.
Well, he bought a Corona car, so we're able to see each other.
I love that.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, love that. And then our second question for you is, obviously the world is going through a lot of healing right now, and it's going to be. We got some good news today from Pfizer about potentially a vaccine. However, it's still going to be a long road to getting back to normalcy. But when Broadway returns, when the world starts to look like itself again, when things start being back to normal, what is something you're looking forward to?
I'm such a cheeseball, and I'm sorry, but I feel like the next time I'm in a show, once I start hearing ladies and gentlemen, that's half hour, and I start hearing those stage manager calls, I'm gonna be a wreck. And and what I will say is, I don't think I will be on Broadway when Broadway reopens because I wasn't on Broadway when it closed. But I don't think we're going to open all the shows at once.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever shows open, I want to be at one of them that first night.
Well,
Because I think people are going to be scared to go. And I don't care if it's Phantom. That like I will go buy a ticket to anything if I am not pouring on the street by that point. But like I think those people deserve to have an audience loving every minute of it. You know, so I want to be there. Hi, Alex.
Alex was the phone call that came through a minute ago, FYI. But now she's here. I guess she figured out that we're still
rude.
live. Well, Todd, my boyfriend and I have decided that we will be in the reopening night of Wicked. So if you and your boyfriend and Dylan, let's all go.
We'll just your bottle of Tito's.
And your bottle of Tito's. We'll all get Amy's bread cheddar biscuits. We'll get a whole row of the orchestra, and we can sit there. And when that
look
downbeat
like those
happens,
tourists that eat during the show.
Yeah, I think when that downbeat happens, I am going to just start bawling. I'm sure of it.
Michael's boyfriend Chris is just like being in that theater when like Glinda comes down and she just goes, "It's good
to see me,
isn't it?" We'll just be like,
no, we're gonna be like the biggest homos ever. We're gonna be like, yeah.
Yes, Aaron agreed. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, and Aaron, you're on the delay. He's already one jump ahead of the bread line.
Oh my God. All right. Well, you guys, what an episode. This is literally, I think this has got to be one of my favorites. Todd, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
We adore you, and we can't wait to see you again when it is safe to do so.
Yes.
And we'll see you soon. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye, Toddsies.
Oh my goodness. You guys, if you're just tuning in,
You're
late. You missed our very special guest bartender, Todd Buonopane, tonight, who made a vodka Sprite Zero with us. And then,
and honestly,
really,
highly recommend.
10 out of 10 recommend.
10 out of 10.
And then masterfully navigated his way through bathroom songs played backwards.
Mm-hmm.
It was really great. You guys, if you had fun tonight, please do hit subscribe on this channel. There are 3 shows that come your way every single week. Mm-hmm. Starting with on Mondays, it's MT Trivia, hosted by the Metzger Timpsonses, our resident trivia masters. 3 rounds of trivia, 2 Broadway stars, only 1 winner. They are live every single Monday night at 9 p.m. So if you subscribe and set a reminder, you'll be here on Monday when they go live for another episode.
Yes, and then on Tuesdays, Michael Hull is back.
Me
here with the one, the only Jackie Cox NYC. Tuesdays at 7 with Good Morning Tonight, which is a daytime talk show for nighttime people.
Yes, and we have a good time. And then, of course, you're here, so you already know. Dylan and I are back next Thursday for Happy Hour once again. Next Thursday, she can cook too. We're here with Alicia Umphris.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. Never mind. I'm reading the wrong. I'm reading the wrong box. Don't worry about it. We're going to be back next Thursday, and you should tune in to find out who we're going to be here with.
Yes, we are.
Gonna be great.
It's gonna be fucking great.
Until next time, thanks for joining us.
Yes. Cheers.
Wear a mask, wash your hands, and donate. Donate to the Georgia runoff elections. We love you all, and we will see you next week. Cheers.